I have to tell you the truth. I already recorded one and I didn't like it at all. It was a watercolor painting of koi fish. I'm going to show it to you. I like, put it right there. Oh, it's upside down. All right. So I like the water. There was something about the fish that I didn't like. So last night when my husband got home, I said, hey, look at this picture. And he'll critique me. He'll give me his honest opinion, which is way rare, but he'll critique me. And he said, what's going on with the fish? I said, I don't know. That's my thing. Like, what do you think? And he said, there's too much black. So I'm a self-taught painter. Never had any lessons. I think maybe one time when I was younger, my mom signed me up for like a sorry, there's a dog barking outside. That's really annoying. And I think my dog's about ready to start. But anyway. No. So, anyway. Focus. Anyway, so I think my mom signed me up for like a 3-day, like 3-week, 1-day-a-week course or something in the villages back home. But other than that, never had any schooling or anything. So most of my like skills, I guess you would say, are just me watching other artists on YouTube. And let me tell you, there are some amazing artists on YouTube, and they give great advice. So you don't have to pay money and go to school and do all that. I mean, of course, I would love to do that. I'd love to take some art classes because I do want to improve my skills. So I would love to take some classes at some point, but right now it's just not feasible for us. So I just practice. I just go on to practice. Anyway, my point of that is, boy, I'm long-winded. Anyway, the point of that is that I went against everything that I know about using black. I think it's for acrylic, watercolor, whatever, but hard, true black out of a tube or right off a palette is like a big no-no because it's just too hard. So, like, let me show you this other painting that I did. I'll try not to make you guys sick while I walk around. This is another painting that I did, and I really love it. It turned out really well, I think. There you go. So, just some orcas there, and in a, a watery background with some highlights. And I used the masking fluid for the highlights. That way, I could keep it nice and bright. Anyway, for this one, I mixed up a dark blue with just a hint of black. And that's, I think, the key to using black, especially in watercolor, is to not use just a hard black right out of the tube to mix up your colors. I've used red and green and yellow and blue to make a black before, and that's come out beautiful too because it's not a hard black. So I think with my koi fish, my big mistake was using a hard black. So let me show it to you again. So I think that's where I know, I'm like spinning you guys around. Woo! I think that is where I went wrong with this. Upside down again. Geez, Eileen. I think that's where I went wrong. It's too hard. See? Everything flows like the oranges because, again, I added other colors to the oranges to make the orange. That's not an orange out of a tube. I mixed up my colors. So the transition between like the yellowish and the yellowish orange is really nice, but then boom, black. So I think what I'm going to do today is some type of galaxy painting. So let me get my camera set up and we'll jump into it. All right, see you in a little bit. Guys, so I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. I'm going to do a galaxy painting but since we're almost into February, it's going to kind of be like a Valentine's galaxy painting. Well, let me explain that. I want to take my masking fluid here, and I want to write, my love for you is out of this world. So I don't know where I'm going to write it yet. So let me just keep recording and it'll come to me. All I've done so far is I've gotten a piece of, if I can grab this, piece of watercolor paper. Okay. I took one sheet out. I taped it onto my board here that I use. And the reason you're taping it is because it will wrinkle up as you add the water to it. And we don't want the water to puddle in any certain spot, so we tape it down. And then if you leave it taped down until it completely dries, it comes out somewhat flat. So just a little tip. I'm just going to use, I have an assortment of brushes over here. They're not my favorite because they're cheap. Look, hair comes out, but you know what? It'll work. And I just have my watercolors here. I just have a whole bunch of just different random ones that I got. These my daughter got for me in a art kit for Christmas. So sweet of her to do that. She saved up her own money to buy me some. They're really chalky, so I tend to mix them with these Reeves. Reeves is like the cheapest but the best, I think, as far as being cheap. So I always use Reeves. I use acrylic and watercolor Reeves. Anyway, so I tend to these little tiny ones that came in that Christmas gift. They're great for color, but when they dry, they're just kind of chalky. So I mix them with this. All right, so let me just brainstorm and get started. So obviously I had a clump in here. I don't know how because I'm really good about putting the top back on. Anyway, obviously I had a clump. It's okay though because I'm going to finish doing my words, and then when I go back I'm going to make sure that this clump right here is all, you just have to rub it to get it off. I have a little white eraser that I use too, but you just got to rub the area to make sure the masking fluid is off because it dries pretty good. All right, back to it. So it's time for me to let this masking fluid dry and then I can get started on it. I did it kind of thick. I'm still learning how to use this masking fluid, so this is kind of new to me. There's lots of bubbles, lots of thick and thin, but that's all right. We'll see how it works. All right, see you in a little bit. these are the pearls, watercolors I'm going to be using. You can't really see, I guess, let me see if I can open them and you can get the idea of the pearl. Okay, I don't know if it's going to show up on the screen, but they're pearl color. They're not, they're cheap. I mean, I got them at Michael's. The whole palette was like $5. So I'll just kind of put some of this on top of these other colors here. So let's see how it goes. So now I am going to take some acrylic white paint. I don't even know how much is in here. Oh, it doesn't look good at all. Anyway, I'm going to take some acrylic white paint. No, I didn't break it. I'm going to take some acrylic white paint. I'll find more if I need to. And I'm going to use one of these stiff brushes from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to flick some white acrylic paint on there to do the stars. You want a really stiff brush to do the flicking of colors. I'm thinking these aren't super stiff, but it'll work because I'll be able to control the. Yeah, this will be fine. Anyway, it's just a It's just a flat, stiff brush that I got at the Dollar Tree. Oh, Hannah just got me some more.
There's barely
white
any
acrylic.
in there, but
That's fine. It'll work.
yeah, at least I got some.
Alright, so I'm going to do that now. Going to do the big reveal. So what I need to do is just peel off my masking fluid. And I know that it says like on the back of the masking fluid or whatever, oh, it doesn't rip paper. You know what though? I've ripped my paper before. I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong or what, but I mean, I've seen other people peel off masking fluid and they never have a problem. Or maybe they edit it out. So I'm just going to slowly peel it off here.